You mentioned a couple times, Becky and Josh and Devin, that this was a team effort. So how did the teams at Sleep Number and Edgile collaborate successfully on this initiative? And Devin, I'll let it start with you.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So knowing that all of the team members we were working with were remote and in various locations, the first thing we wanted to do is make sure we had the appropriate technology set up so that we could communicate and share ideas freely. And really the first thing we did to start that is setting up Edgile with full guest access to our team's environment, making sure that we could have all our meetings shared, be on the same group chats, the same file sharing capabilities. Having that technology enablement really made that communication a lot easier and a lot more instant. And then, of course, when it came to meeting to get some more bigger and complex conversations, having an on-site meeting where we could go through and whiteboard everything. Like Becky mentioned before, we had some very complex legacy processes that it was really helpful to just take a full day and go through and really start from the hire in HR and walk through the full identity lifecycle, see anywhere where we may have those gaps in our understanding, in documentation, to make sure that we could have that good face-to-face collaboration. So I think a combination between the technology and having some face-to-face time was a really good mix for us and allowed us to work remotely as we needed to in this environment. The other thing that we wanted to make sure to do, not only other tools like Jira or Mira boards, but also our agile methodology. We wanted to make sure that we had the appropriate meeting set up so we could have those ceremonies. And a big one for us was our daily stand-up meeting. So really just 15 minutes every day that we could talk about our achievements, our blockers, any escalations that were needed for Josh or myself. And having that daily call really made it that we could address things in a more immediate fashion, not waiting for a weekly status touch base to escalate something, but having that consistent communication between the two teams. It really made us one team working towards the same objective, and really allowed us to collaborate more efficiently. Josh, what about you? Do you think there's any other ideas in there for how we're able to work together?
For sure, yeah, and I'm sure Becky, she got sick of it once in a while, but if we really needed something, even after hours, it was picking up the phone and calling each other. There were many nights at 7 o'clock where we were in the system looking at something, testing something out. Hey, that doesn't really look right, and it's like, Becky, can you quick hop on, take a look at this so we can make sure that following morning we're ready to go. So I mean, at the end of the day, it was, by any means necessary, we were in constant communication, whether it be via the collaboration tools, as Devin alluded to, or if we had to pick up the phone and call or text each other, we were always there and always willing to quick hop on and help each other.
Yeah, I would also like to add to that. We did the daily stand-ups for the whole project team, but then we also decided that 3 times a week we were going to have a dedicated meeting just for the engineers and the developers to talk to each other. So taking it above and beyond just a daily stand-up and project statuses, but let them work together to understand, here's this field and this field, and do cross-training and make those decisions on what needed to happen between the Agile team and the Sleep Number team. All the communication time, whether it was the developers only or the entire project team, as we've progressed over the course of working with Identity Now, we've all become like this nice tight family, and building that trust and understanding and how we all work together, and that respect of, okay, if there's something here, we know that we can count on this person to be the expert, the go-to person for that topic. It's been fantastic to be able to build that with you guys.